everyone. I'm Randy Gore, and we're joined now by Chuck Kelley, the head coach of the North Allegheny girls soccer team. He joins us for our 2023 fall preview. Coach, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you for having me, Randy. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely. A great season upcoming, surely, but have to look back to last year. WPIAL champs for the third time in the last 4 years, a dramatic win against Peters Township at PKs, a 21-2 overall record as well, and a nice run in the state playoffs. Take us back to last year and how special of a season that was.
I just reflect a lot on the senior class and junior classes that are going through right now. What they've learned over the past 3 and 4 years for them to prepare them to be where they're at and be able to compete at that level has gone on. It's been more about the culture and developing the individuals and us as a team and trying to stay true to our core beliefs of how we play on the field and how we want to treat and play for one another.
We mentioned the excitement of the win in the championship came down to PKs. Talk about that, moment, that scenario, maybe your emotions, and I guess the eruption on the sideline once the team prevailed.
Just an amazing setting to be at Highmark. Our goal was to get to the Whitfield finals and compete to get to that stage. The dramatic goal to tie up the game, to give up a goal, and then 20 seconds later to have the game tied up. The commitment to the group of girls to play and put everything on the line. You never know how a PK shootout's going to go, and for us to respond, shot after shot, or a save that needed to be made, a goal line clearance with a bicycle kick. Like, there were just so many different moments in that game that resonate with the competitive nature that we have. It was just an amazing night of soccer for us.
Now, looking at this year's team, 5 players graduated from last year's championship squad, including two-time All-American Lucia Wells. However, this is another North Allegheny team loaded with talent. Players like University of Kentucky commit Abigail Stager, High Point University commit Ali Ruiz, among others. Who are you looking to potentially for leadership this season?
Ali and Abigail will certainly be players that are going to play important roles and be contribute leadership wise. But there's Sam Braden, there's Natalie Figuera, Abby Lang, a lot of those seniors that have kind of grown up with the program and contributed. It may not have been front and center, but they're players that we're looking forward to seeing what they can do next year. There are a lot of younger players in that junior class that played significant roles last year. Our two center backs that were sophomores last year, which is crazy to say, that are now going to be, have a full season as starters for our team coming back. Our goalkeeper, Natalie Rack, who again stood on her head in goal at times, the courage that she showed in that PK shootout. Like, those are players that we feel like that are going to play a significant role for us. There's also some players that were freshmen and sophomores last year that didn't play a lot, but were, breaking in and getting lots of opportunities to play in some of our other games during the season and may not have contributed during the playoffs, but have the pedigree to compete and play. Rowan Barsati is a player that didn't play a lot last year because she's coming back from an injury, that we look forward to what how she's going to perform this year. I forgot to mention Jaden Coy, who's scored the game-winning goal in our semifinal goal against Seneca Valley. Like, as far as like those younger players, Ava Hutter, Luci Zagaki, who else is Kanuk Agarwal. These are all players that we think are going to contribute this year, and some other players that were freshmen last year that I think are going to play a big part. But in the next couple months, we're going to figure that part out for them.
Sure. And I mean, it's obviously very early before the season now, and every team, no matter what the sport, kind of molds into itself by the time you're ready for the postseason and make a run in the playoffs. As far as, the tradition of girls soccer at North Allegheny, and it's really come up, obviously, upon your arrival as head coach. And I was talking with Don Rebel for the Trib Cup interview, and we were talking about girls soccer along the lines of girls volleyball at North Allegheny, where girls volleyball has won 6 straight state championships. But the tradition, 3 WPIAL titles in the last 4 years, how has that, when you win title after title, how does that maybe embed that tradition in the younger players coming up, that they know the standard as things move along?
I do believe it's kind of bred that excitement and enthusiasm about playing for North Allegheny, and brings back the idea of some of these players will go away and they play for their club teams, but at their core, this is where they have the most excitement, and they enjoy playing this game and playing with their classmates and people that they've started playing soccer with when they've been 7 or 8 years old. As far as, again, trying to build the traditions of girls volleyball or girls basketball or some of these other team sports, cross country, to try and work towards that consistent tradition of being in that Whitfield final. Like, we're just scratching the surface for us. I think that there are a lot of other teams in girls soccer that have bred that in their DNA, and we're trying to continue to grow and evolve so that we can consistently perform at the Whitfield level, but also at the state level. And it's just redefining what our goals are and making sure that as a team we're able to reflect and aim and set those goals as high as we can each year, because each year it changes. Like, the benchmarks are always moved, and we want to make sure that we're continually looking at our game as a way to progress, and not that we have arrived.
And as the reigning WPIAL champions coming into this year, obviously the target's on the back of North Allegheny, not only in the WPIAL, but in the section as well. What does NA need to do to repeat and make a deep run in the state playoffs this year?
Being as consistent as we can on the field. Like, from day one, we want to be prepared and have a good understanding of our teammates and how we want to play. And these next, hopefully, 6 to 8 weeks, we'll get a good idea of, our fitness levels and, our excitement about being together. Preseason is going to be here really soon. It's the work that they're doing away from the team that is going to, propel us going into the season. So, I'm excited to get the girls together in the middle of August. That competitiveness is going to show from day one in our practices and during that preseason. And, I think that's where we're going to be doing the majority of our work to prepare ourselves for the season.
It's North Allegheny head coach Chuck Kelley of the North Allegheny girls soccer team. Coach, thanks so much for your time today, and good luck to you and the team this season.
Thank you, Randy. Look forward to seeing you out there this year.
That's the 2023 fall preview for North Allegheny girls soccer.